Hi everyone, Paul Sam. Welcome to another unbox review. Today we're going to look at the brand new Tamiya 12 scale Honda FIREBLADE CBR1000RR-R. It's a mouthful, but the Japanese bike names often are. Before we get going today, check this out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the little bell notifications to get notified of all our latest videos. Click the like button and leave a comment. I do read and reply to all the comments and appreciate everybody that takes the time to leave a comment on the channel. And of course, if you scroll up in the description, there's a link to a big long list of all the items I use in my videos. So if you see anything, you should be able to find it in there. So, I've been waiting for this for a while. I think this thing is absolutely stunning. If you know me, I'm not a huge fan of road bikes. I prefer MotoGP. I built a couple of road bikes. In fact, more than a couple, a good probably dozen over the years of road bikes. But for me, it's MotoGP all the way. But this is, I think it's got a few hand-me-downs from the RC213 MotoGP bike. So what does it for me is that blue, red, white HRC scheme on it. It is stunning, absolutely beautiful. And as soon as I seen it, I was like, yes, I have one. They've literally just landed about half an hour ago, and as you can see, I got a UMP postage pile to get through today. So I've got a bit to do, but I took 40 minutes out of my day to sit and do this review, and here we are. So let's jump straight in and look at this brand spanking new bike kit from Tamiya. Right then, so Tamiya's brand new Honda CBR1000RR-R FIREBLADE SP. So Tamiya bike releases are thin and far between, well, thin and few between, to be honest. So it's always good to see a brand new one out there, and this thing looks absolutely stunning. I'm not a huge fan of road bikes, but as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, that is beautiful. I have to get it, and here it is. So fresh off the delivery today, literally, they're in. And let's have a look through the box. I haven't even opened it yet. I've not even looked inside. And let's see what we get. So, beautiful box art. As always, I don't think anybody does box art as good as Tamiya. There's a few other companies out there that are top dog, but yeah, some of their box art is stunning. So it's 12 scale, obviously. It's brand spanking new. There's a couple of schemes I've seen on the box, but like I said, I've not looked inside. So you've got this red, white and blue scheme on the side, typical Honda colours. And then on, ooh, there's a detail upset, forks, none of that yet, I don't think. And then there's this black version, black and grey, on the other side. So we open it up, let's have our first little looky inside. So there is a fork set due out for it, which is good. I don't know when we'll see that, but hopefully it won't be too far away. Let me put my light on, let me get the white band set up. Here we go, what have we got? So we've got Bodywork sprues, tank, all molded in one, always good. We've got our tyre bag, hoses, polycaps, the stereotypical iconic Tamiya screwdriver, big bag of screws, wire by the look of it as well, and some road tyres. We've got our sprue with all our road wheels on, brake disc, got the huge discs, fans, the forks are there as well, clear parts which look absolutely stunning, engine, exhaust, chain, etc, etc, and then all the frame, handlebars, auxiliary parts, grips, so on and so forth. Then in here we have decals, some masking, demarcation masking, some metal decals for what I'm guessing is the wing mirrors, and two decal sheets. So we've got a main marking sheet there. I'm just trying to see what is decals and what isn't. Okay, so I thought this was all going to be paint, if I'm honest. I didn't know it was going to be that. And then at the bottom we have our info on the bike. If you want to read it, I'll hold it there. You can pause it, have a little read, and then we've got our two variants in there. Black one looks lovely, really does, but it's got to be this one. Got to be that one. That is a pretty colour. Really, really, very, very nice. That is a stunning looking bike. And yes, we have to make this soon. Very soon. Our instruction book, again, stereotypical Tamiya. No problems there at all. So, let's have a little look through the box. I'm just going to move my boxes over here out of the way so we can pop all our sprues in and what have you. Let's put all those over there, and we'll start with our bodywork. Dreaded Tamiya staples. Can't stand these things. They're an absolute pain. So let's have a look at the bodywork. Typical layout to your bodywork. Your fairings, front wheel, fender is all in 2 pieces. 1 piece tank, like I say, but I'm not a fan of this where it's just left out. It's basically bent itself. I don't like that because it puts stress on the plastic. So I'd rather see that either as a separate bag part like that, or some protection around it like they've done here with this piece where they put a step up in the plastic. But other than that, it all looks clean. There's a few seams to clean up. A lot of people seem to forget about these. If it's raised and very thin, it more than likely needs removing. So you've got some gluing and filling to do, probably on a few of these parts, especially this front wheel arch. There's bound to be something over the back end, although this is 1 piece. So it's hard to say, but there's no problems there at all. It's typical Tamiya, clean, crisp, well-molded plastic. And that's not going to give you any problems at all. So plenty of bodywork parts. So this is going to take a bit of time and care, making sure you got everything correctly glued together. Anything that needs seams removing beforehand, the painting, the demarcation, what needs decals, what doesn't. So you have to spend a bit of time here thinking about what you're doing. But overall, no issues there whatsoever. So we have the other bodywork bag. I'm not going to open it because it's just a rear part of the bike, and again, beautifully molded. Some nice recessed details in there. Don't quite go through, but they very nearly do. And yeah, no issues there whatsoever. Engine, we'll start the engine because it's the next sprue bag I got to. Let's have a little look in this. I don't even know what engine's in this. 4-cylinder, so it's for you two. Let's have a look. Where's that sheet we had? Let's have a look. I don't even know what cc. It's 1,000. Oh, let's have a look. It must be 1,000 cc. Yeah, inline 4, liquid cooled, 1,000 cc. The same bore strut ratio as the old Conquering RC213. And it has race spec components as well, so pretty kitted up bike by the sound of it. So this is our engine. These take up a bit of building up, and again, plan it out for your colours. So the main engine block is going to be 1 colour. The cylinder head, the sump, and a few other components might not be. So leave them off. If you can glue them afterwards, if there's no seams or any joining parts that need adding, leave them off and spray them in sections so you get them all the colours you want. Once they're sprayed, detailed, whatever, then assemble the engine. But like these sides will go on together, this will, but components like the rocker cover there, that'll probably be different. The sump, the intakes and what have you, they'll probably all be different colours. So look at your instructions, pay attention to what you're doing, and you shouldn't go wrong really. But beautifully moulded, typical Tamiya. Really, really nice. Just having a little look around. Exhaust in 2 parts, which is pretty normal for the Tamiya kits. But again, no problems there. That's just going to need a good bit of sanding, bit of careful cleanup, and then spray it your colour you want. There's the back box, all moulded in 1 piece, which is always good to see. I'm sure we're going to see some detailed upsets for this. Some aftermarket parts. We've got some protectors there on these parts. Very, very nice foot pegs. I'll see if I can zoom into those. For kit parts, they're really well detailed. Very, very nice. As are a few of these other bits. Going to hold the wash well. They look good carboned as well. The exhaust back box there, all 1 piece, as you can see. Very nicely moulded. Our exhaust and the engine detail becoming close as well. Really nice. So once you get this all built up, painted, radiator, the chain. Again, there were chain sets released. I quite often think you can get these standard plastic ones looking good myself. But it's a personal preference, to be honest. You've got shift linkage, brake, rocker cover, so on and so forth. So loads of nice parts there that look great once they're primed and painted, and you get a wash in them. Next up we go with the frame. All sorts, a whole myriad of components. Half of them I don't have a clue what they are, but we'll have a look. So the frame, really high frame on the back of this. With it being a road bike, it's got a nice high seat on it, but my god, that does go up. Look at the height of that. I'm so used to MotoGP where they just stop. That has got a high tail on it, that is for sure. So this must sit down and be angular quite a lot, looking at the pictures. So yeah, it's pretty impressive. So again, glued together, some careful seam work and what have you, but you shouldn't really have any issues there at all. And everything is crisp, beautifully moulded. Just trying to pick out some details. There's nothing really anything mega detailed on that sprue, to be honest. It's all just various components, but it is good. Weld seams are really nice on the frame. Let's have a look at those. I can get us in. Yeah, the weld seams are pretty decent there, I would say. Very nice. We've got details like the grips. Again, pretty nicely detailed. So yeah, very nice. Yeah, no problems there. Like I say, with the kit, with the bikes, a lot of it is preparation. As always, you need to plan ahead your colours, your primers, which stages you're going with. And I tend to start with the bodywork to get that out of the way, get it all painted, 2K'd. Anything's going to go wrong with your model, and it's normally there. At least you can rectify by getting a new one. Whether this being a new kit, if you muck up a decal or you ruin your clear coat, you can buy the spare sprues, spare decals and what have you from Hobbyco or your Tamiya supplier where you live, and have no problems at all. But just plan it through the build. Don't have to follow the instructions, but just plan it as you go and do it in the best way you see fit to building. So we've got wheels, forks, discs, various other bits and bobs. So we've got some very nice parts here. The wheels are beautiful. Very nice. Nice thin spokes as well. Brake calipers are pre-drilled, which is a very nice touch. Quite often we have to drill those out ourselves, but the plastic's already done. Very nice. We've got some nice fan detail there as well, as you can see. Clutch cover, calipers, the swing arm. Again, it's going to need some careful gluing and filling to get it all looking nice and flush. Rear disc, again, drilled out really crisply as well. Let's have a little zoom in on that. Let me stop the camera wobbling. There we go. They're very well moulded. Really nice. Absolutely spot on. Wing mirrors, seats. Again, no problems there at all. Typical Tamiya quality of beautiful kit. So some very nice detail parts there. Got the nice Honda logos on the covers. The fans are really nicely detailed. Brembo brake calipers. Brembo. I always say Brembo. Brembo. Although they are. Does I say Brembo? Or does I say Brembo? I think it says Brembo. I've seen one or two call them Brembo. So yeah, no problems there at all either. Very nice. Clear parts. Let's have a look. Be very careful with these. So there are plenty on here. That is for sure. Being a road bike, it's going to have a few lights on it. And we've got the wheels for the stand as well. There must be a stand in there. I didn't see that on the sprue. Must have missed out. Yeah, there it is. Paddock stands there. Again, clear parts. Beautiful, crystal clear. No flaws in them at all. Like I say, being a road bike, we have got lights on there. Plenty of them. So again, careful planning ahead. We'll see what is what. Very nice. No issues there. Typical Tamiya. Nice, crisp, clear. No real distortion. Obviously, it's a curved screen, so you are going to get a bit of focal distortion, but overall, nice. Really nice. So I'm going to put that back in its bag. We'll put that to one side. I can go in the box last. Then we've got our bag of goodies. So let's see what we've got in here. So we've got our staples. Oh, we'll just throw the spring. We don't want that anyway. So we've got a stereotypical Tamiya screwdriver. There are better ones out there, including the Tamiya Pro, which you can get from Tamiya. It's a very, very nice tool, but this one works just well. There's a few different ones in the 32nd scale aircraft too. We've got a rear suspension spring, pre-coloured in black. I suppose you could paint it any colour you wish. And again, there'll be aftermarket ones of those out at some point, I'm sure. Polycaps, as you can see, the various components. Then we've got some Tamiya vinyl hose, which actually looks to be a decent size this time. Always worthwhile looking into it, whether it's worth getting a replacement, because they can be overscale. It's not too bad, still looks a bit big. There's a length of wire as well. This is actual wire. We've got our 2 tyres, which look pretty decent as well. So we've got the road tyres, obviously, so they're not slicks, but they are like a semi-slick. You've got the usual seam for the middle to remove, which, you know, a couple of minutes of a UMP sander would deal with that, no issue at all. Same with the front, got a nice tread pattern in there. So again, nothing really to write home about, just a standard tyre, and then we've got a couple of bags of screws. Now I'm not going to open these, because they will end up getting lost, but there's a few screws in there, as you always get with Tamiya kits, bike kits. Always the screws, and yeah, quite fun to screw together, to be honest. It can be fun. Let me put all this away, because otherwise we'll start losing things. That's not what we want to do at all. Like I say, with a new kit, you can go into this a little bit less cautious than usual, maybe, because at least you know you can get spare parts, replacement parts, so on and whatnot. These bloody staples drive me nuts. Decals, let's have a quick look through the decals before we get to the instructions. Let's see what we've got. So, the Tamiya Zone, for a start, that are cartograph. Look pretty decent, to be fair, they're not too thick. Pretty nice and vibrant. I don't think they're going to give you any issues at all. Yep, nice satin finish, they'll be fine. They will be just fine. If you're in doubt of any clear coats, take off this bottom one, stick it on something, the Tamiya one, and do a test spray over it, and then you know for sure then. But yeah, no issues with those. We've got another decal sheet. We can get it out. There we go. Which has our speedos. 3 different types of speedo. Okay. It's pretty cool. HRC logos, the Honda logos. So we got similar. So one's for the blue, red and white. One's for the grey, black scheme. Okay. We've got all different logos, decals on there again. No issues. Some rivet body panel decals. Brembo. Yeah, it doesn't actually say Brembo. It says BRC MBO, and I'm pretty sure the E on Brembo is a bit more pronounced than that, but I guess that's a way of getting around it. Got the O-lins for the rear suspension. Assume it's for the rear, maybe for the front. And yeah, no problem. No problem there. We've got our mask set. I'm assuming that's for the red, white, blue scheme. So, sadly, not cut. I don't know why Tamiya does this. It drives me nuts. So, you're going to have to cut that out yourself to mask it. And some nice metallic decals for the wing mirrors. So, again, very nice. The decals look pretty decent, to be fair. I will give them that. The newer decals aren't too bad at all. I mean, I'd rather see cartograph in there. But Tamiya seems to have pretty much got their in-house decals sorted now, which is always good. So there we go. It's like I say, you do get this information on the bike with some nice pictures, a few close-up shots here and there as well. It's a pretty looking bike. It really, really is. Typical FIREBLADE. Absolutely beautiful. So like I say, there's a bit of information on there, and background info and your decal callouts. So we've got Grand Prix Red, or Matte Pearl Morian Black. Okay. That's pretty cool. But do they give you the colour for that? I highly doubt it. Let's zoom out a touch. We'll go all the way, in fact. So let's see the colours it's calling out for. Painting. Motor schemes, mainly red. Not offered in Japan. Matte gloss and gloss black. Okay. So there we go. There's colour callouts. TS51, LP45, which is blue. Okay, that's up there. TS8, 51. Okay. So we've got the inner and outers and our mass set as well. Okay. Okay. So we can see where that goes now. I'm covered in bags here. The bags are attacking me. Right, so let's go with the front. So on the front, you've got your paints required, which are there. If you want to pause it again, you can have a little look. You've got tools down below, which I'm sure you can figure out yourself. And a bit of a caution, you know, don't yodel while you're, I don't know, flossing, making models, or, you know, open your pot of paint while parachuting down a mountain. It's just really basic common sense. Like, you know, don't let your kids pull the bags over the head. To be fair though, they'd have a job getting that over the head. But the bigger ones, they probably would. So yeah, keep everything away from the kids and just be sensible. So we've got the masking stickers here. We're cutting them. We've got the option for the detail upset. So this is going to have front forks, different spring. So I have to see when that is out because I haven't seen that advertised yet at all. So we're going to have to see when that's out. You've got your two colour choices. A is the Grand Prix Red, B is the Morian Matte Pearl Black, which is quite a nice colour. Start off with engine assembly. So you've got two different colours on the main part on the side. Lead on to the rocker cover. So the rocker cover is LP72, which is mica silver. And then the sides are LP72 and LP63 on part of it, which is titanium. So those are two different contrasting silvers on that, so it's pretty easy to do. But pay attention to this and plan the build ahead. So you can assemble these parts together, but you're going to have to mask off. So get some of the Aizu tape, the thinner, nice thin Aizu tape to mask off. Shouldn't have any issues. And then parts like this, you can glue that on actually because it's the same colour, but the sumps are matte aluminium instead. Still calling for XF16. They need to get an LP matte in there as well. So leave parts off like this and what have you, and put them on after they're painted. When you come to assembly, again, continue with the engine, get some hosing onto our frame itself. Oh, we've got a correction. Ooh. Okay. TS8. Okay. Okay, you just pay attention for that because it's a bit about painting. We'll try and remember to look at that in a minute. Onto the framework, attaching the two halves together. So don't paint it first, get it assembled, then paint it. It's much easier. Getting the engine in, again, using the screws to get it in there. Some more hose work. Gives you the lengths in real scale as well, so you can put it up and use as a marker. My advice would be do it a few mil longer because I've always found sometimes they can be a little bit short. You got this part that clicks in place. Paddock stand. Again, onto the rear suspension. Pretty simple, all simple to build. Just takes time, and to get the best finish out of it, really do take your time. Swing arm, rear suspension, chain, rear wheel, disc, so on and so forth. All it's if you've built a bike kit before, it's pretty straightforward, standard kind of bike kit build. I think the trickiest thing on this is going to be the paint scheme and the decals, to be honest. The exhaust. So you got several sections to glue together. So again, careful preparation. Get rid of all those seams. Take your time on the exhaust. Try and do a hot mix glue like I got with the Tamiya Extra Thin and either mech or plasti weld or something, because it helps melt the plastic and fill the seams in before you need to fill it, and it does help massively to do. Getting those on the back box, some decals. Again, pay attention for your decals. They do appear randomly through the build. Radiator, it's nice to see the sides separate as well, because on all these bikes you're going to mask this off separately. So this is in semi-gloss black. The center's in, ooh, okay, 16 at the bottom, black at the top. Okay, so there we go. Is it a black rat? No, it's 56, so it's like a matte grey, isn't it? Okay, that's different. Headlights, quite a bit to the headlights, so take your time there as well. A lot of parts clicking in place, so that's quite nice to see for a change. Front wheel discs, they're going to look beautiful. Pre-drilled out, they're going to look absolutely amazing. You don't have to knock it on those, that's for sure. Front forks, definitely worth adding the fork set, in my opinion. They're well worth it. This is calling for an LP48, which is sparkling silver, and then spraying over with X24, which is clear yellow, I believe. Is it clear orange? Can't tell. Let's have a look. X24, I think it's clear yellow or orange. Clear yellow. So that'll give you a goldish effect then. But there are 4 colours out there too, should you feel the need for speed. And again, getting our forks done, the calipers done, brake lines, handlebars or grips, getting the forks in place. This step in a bike build is a great step to get to, because you can finally start to stand the bike up and it stops getting annoying. I don't like using these stands. I like to just stand the bike up. It's easier. Yeah, it's easier to do, so it's one of those really. What have we got here? Let's have a little look. Got air cleaner box, some more routing of hoses. Pay attention there. Attaching a fuel tank. So again, you go to some careful painting here as well to do. Just pay attention to instructions. Use your Sharpie or a marker pen or a highlighter to mark off anything that's painted in body colour, anything that's painted differently, anything that's decal, because it's so easy to overlook stuff. It really, really is. And again, like this, apply parts in numbered order. So again, very, very important to do, because it's so easy to mess up. And how do I know? Because I've done it. Side cals, this is your masking and spraying. Pay attention to this on page 18, next page. So yeah, fairings, so on and so forth, and then step 46, which is this one, is calling for spraying that in TS8, which should be TS51 LP45 apparently, so it should be blue, is it? Is that right on the side? It is. It is right on the side. So there we go. So keep hold of that. So I might be worth stapling that into that page on the instruction book. And then finishing touches, wing mirrors, shift linkage, kickstand, license plate holder, rear lights, and so on and so forth. And that is it. That is it done. It looks to be just one of Tamiya's typical bike builds. You've got plain decals on the back, which is pretty straightforward anyway. If you get stuck on that, there's a video on decal on the channel. There's a whole video build of a bike on the channel as well. If you want to go back and look at the DLCR RC211 last year. And this looks to be a great kit, and I'm looking forward to building it. What can you say? It's a brand new Tamiya bike kit. It's not going to be any faults in there. If one company knows how to make bike kits, it's Tamiya. It really is. Close second is Hasegawa, but Tamiya all the way. Their modern day bike kits, even going back, some of their older ones, pre-2000, are still great kits. So not much to go wrong. It's good to see we get the mask set. I would like to see a die cut It looks like good decals. Nice bike as well. Plenty of nice detail in there. We need to see that fork set hit the shores. Because I'll be honest, I'm kind of thinking of building this. And maybe even video building it before we get back to the RC213. And the reason for that is I can build this really quick. I reckon I could get this out in 3 or 4 parts. So I'm considering it. Don't hold me to it. But let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. I am going to get back to the RC213. And I'm going to talk about that in my bench update in a couple of days. So stay tuned on that one. We haven't forgot about it. We will get back to it. But I really want to build this. It looks stunning. So fork sets due out. I really would like to see that. But if not, we may do the kit ones. I've got some fork gold. We can try the way Tamiya recommends to do it. We'll get it done either way. But it'd be nice to see the upgrade set come out. But I haven't heard anything about it at all yet. So there we go. If you want these, like I say, you can get them from umpretail.com. We've got them in stock now. I'll pop the price up and the web address on the bottom of this. So come and have a look. We've got a few in stock. If you want one, I should just get it quick. Because any kits like this that come out from Tamiya sell out almost immediately and then take a bit of time to restock. And Tamiya's a little bit slower than normal at the minute of restocking. So if you want something, get it. I said this at the beginning of the pandemic. If you want something, buy it, because I knew there'd be a knock-on in the supply chain, and we can see it now with the LP paints. It's slowly starting to hit us now. So yeah, beautiful kit. Really looking forward to building it, and hopefully when we get the Honda NSX out of the way, we'll see. We'll play it by ear, because I like playing things by ear. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that review. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them down below. I do read all your comments and appreciate everyone that takes the time to leave one. Make sure you sub to the channel, give it a thumbs up, click the bell notification, and check out umpretail.com and get this kit and loads of other kits and paints and tools and all sorts of stuff that we sell. Check out the Live with the Bench page, the Off Air Hangout group, my Paul ISM page, and ISM Facebook and forum as well. I'll catch y'all later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.